me interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere, with Karina ready in her chair, and almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
Welcome! It is time for the ThinkSoJoE Show. I was worried that I might not have had the camera turned on. I can't tell. I got the teleprompter is over it now, so I really can't tell. Is there audio going? Yeah, there's audio going out. Good. Okay. Anyway. I have the teleprompter still up because I shot things you might not know, like in this configuration last week.
Yeah.
Only way you can really tell, if you look over my left shoulder, you'll see a shadow every once in a while.
Oh.
Because I was like, okay, well, I don't feel like she's late. She's literally in our living room. She's late. Anyway, Jasmine is. Anyway, so I was like, I don't feel like getting the chair out of the booth. And it's not high enough for this configuration anyway. Like the last time I had to get this big, like, baseball card, how much they're worth book that's like this thick. And like sit on that to get up to like eye level with the camera. So I was like, let me just use this chair.
Yeah.
But then the chair is going to be in the background, and I don't want that. So I was like, let me take my old green screen, wrap it around the chair, and it came out pretty well, I guess. And didn't for the most part.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I'm sure
sorry.
you haven't. Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, have you watched last week's show? No, you didn't hear John try to take your place. Didn't work so well. Hi, Ma.
Hi, Mom.
Your mom's here. Yeah, John was here last week, giving one-word answers and talking very quietly and sitting back like this. No, John, into the microphone, man. And but as it went along, he picked it up. He got good. We got a good conversation going with the chat and everything. So, but glad to be back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And not having a concert to go to tonight, but having one to go to this weekend.
Yes. So you did not get to tell them about last Wednesday yet.
No.
Our opportunity.
No, so last Wednesday, there's this guy, right? He's outside. He's been following the tour around. And he's like, he's like, oh, if you want to buy my CD, you want to, let me give you my info. And my band's playing, they're playing December 17th at Stamps.
Yes.
I
do not remember the band's name.
I do not either, but I will give them that they are playing December 17th at Stamps. I know this because I will be out of town that day. And the guy behind us starts talking to us.
Yes.
And the guy behind us starts going, hey, I was trying to start a band and this, that, and the other thing. And then he talks about this drummer who came by. And then he says, this drummer is really quiet. I told John this last night.
Did you?
I said, a really quiet drummer? Is his name John? Is it my drummer? He goes, oh, what's his last name? So I, try my best to pronounce John's last name from memory. Like, I'm not looking at his name. Like, I've never had to say John's last name.
Attempt it. Attempt it right now.
Kozolski?
Maybe.
Something like that? I don't know.
Along those lines.
Dan attempted to say it last night. Dan Twist attempted to say his name last night and got it right. So kudos to him. But I grabbed so I tell this guy the approximation of John's last name. Mm. He gets out his phone. He pulls up John's profile. Is it this guy? John's profile picture is a picture of you, him, and Brian, and his cover photo is a picture of me, him, Brian, and Kevin. And it's like, dude, that is literally my picture right there. Yeah, that's the right guy. He's like, oh, man, yeah, he was really quiet. He ghosted us. Like, oh. John has no recollection of this.
You know what's really funny is that all that talk to that kid about his band, I remember his name was Skylar.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I never caught his band's name.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a little low end here. How's that? That sounds a little better.
Sounds pretty sexy.
I turned it off because like sitting here, I could just hear the boom like when I'm trying to like if I was trying to like do voiceovers on this mic, which I don't usually. I'll usually swap out this mic if I don't feel like getting up. So, which I've done recently. But there's like a low end like boost that didn't sound good sitting right up at the desk, but sounds much better when I'm doing the podcast. So,
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Anyway. Yeah, so yeah, that happened, and then we saw the Bomb Pops.
We saw the Bomb Pops. They were pretty awesome.
I was watching the Bomb Pops, and I kind of got into like Brian mode, where I'm like studying. I'm just watching, like, because Remington is right in front of us, and I'm watching her play guitar.
She was a badass.
Oh yeah, I'm watching her. I'm watching Jen a little bit. I'm watching the bass player. I'm watching. I'm just kind of observing like what they're doing, and then I'm like, I'm making mental notes like Brian would do. Mm-hmm. And I went into band practice last night. Like, hey guys, I have an idea for one of our biggest songs, a slight change. So like when you hear me play something different, just keep playing.
Okay.
So look out for that on October 9th at Tudor Lounge.
Cool.
When we play with Tsunami Surprise and Johnny Revolting and Lucky 33, that's gonna be a great show.
Yeah.
At a great venue. Speaking of great shows, I not only did we see the Bomb Pops, we saw Hawthorne Heights.
Oh, I thought you said speaking of great shows.
Well, I was going to go in a different direction, but it's like, well, we never finished talking about this show, so we watched watched the Bomb Pops. We stuck around for Hawthorne Heights
I
because
really wanted to hear that one song.
You wanted a person is a person, no matter how small. Horton hears a who, says Dewey. Anyway,
Hi, Dewey.
I saw a meme earlier. It said Horton hears the who. And it's Horton on stage with the Who, and he's just like in bliss,
Cute.
And I'm like, I think I sent that to Brian once, because Brian loved the Who. Yeah. Anyway, I just bought Who's Next actually over the weekend. We'll talk about that in a minute. But
you got a lot to say.
We got a lot to talk about. Did a lot of stuff happened in the last week. We saw but we saw Hawthorne Heights,
Yes.
and I saw Hawthorne Heights like 15 years ago when they were like popular. Relevant, and like now it's just like we're 40 and we still hate our parents. Buy our new album so we can talk about how much being in our 30s sucks. Come on, guys.
See, it sounds like Joe's making fun of them, but it also sounds like a direct quote to me because I was there.
They literally on the stage it says
it's not a phase.
It's not a phase, or it wasn't a phase, or something like that. Like talking about emo. And it's like okay, like I get like you're true to your genre and all that, but like, dude, you guys are 40 something. Stop hating your parents. Stop worrying about school. Focus on writing good music.
Right.
And
they played some of their new music.
You didn't like the new music.
They played some new music, and it was pretty whiny. I guess that's the point. But also, nobody was into it, and also, it sucked. And also, I don't even feel like they were into it. They're just like, yeah, we're trying to play the same card we played 15 years ago, and it's not going so great. I want to die.
The song Nikki FM, which was the second to last song they played, that song 15 years ago was like a running joke between me and my friend Corey.
Yeah.
And so I posted it on Instagram. I tagged her. I'm like, inside joke with. But then you wanted to stay for Ohio is for Lovers, their big hit single from 17 years ago. And then I went to the mall the other day, and I'm walking through the mall, and I'm walking by Journeys or Zoomies or one of them fucking, wannabe punk stores. And I'm walking by because my heart is in Ohio. Oh, man, come on.
Yeah.
So I texted you immediately, like this is what's playing in the fucking, skate store over here.
Right. Well, speaking of your heart being in faraway states.
Yes.
Jasmine's leaving you guys.
She is. She's going to hang out with some potatoes.
She's pulling a Little Mermaid, and she's leaving us for a boy.
She's going to be Mrs. Potato Head.
Aw.
Yeah. Anyway,
She's gonna be Mrs. Brody Bun.
Brotato bun.
Rotato Bun.
Anyway, I ran into Ashton the other day. We'll talk about that too in a second.
Oh my God.
I ran into everybody on Saturday. I went to the Music is Art Festival, as talked about on last week's show.
Yes.
Where I think the camera's up a little higher this week. I'm kind of like looking like I don't look like I'm looking into the camera when I'm looking at the screen. But anyway.
It's okay.
Yeah, you guys will deal with that for a week, I'm sure. Anyway, so I went to the Music is Art Festival as advertised on last week's podcast. Got there super early. I went and I literally made sure I saw every single artist I played on last week's show.
That's awesome.
Starting with Jay Aquarius.
Oh, is that how you say it?
I have been saying it wrong for like 2 years now.
That at least you got corrected.
Well, I got there. I got there at like 11:30. He was getting set up to play at 11:45 on the Cheerios stage. The Cheerios stage was over by like the General Mills plant and had like Cheerio boxes on the front of the stage.
That's really cute.
And he sees me and he goes, "Hey, aren't you that guy that runs that podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." He said, "Well, thank you for playing my song." And then he starts his set. He says, "Hey, everybody, my name's Jay Aquarius." And I'm like, "Aquarius? I've been saying Aquarius."
Yeah, it does look like Aquarius.
And so as soon as he was done playing, I went up to him. I'm like, "Dude, have I been saying your name wrong for like 2 years?" He's like, "Yeah, but it's okay." I saw him again later on. Him and Ryan Gurnett and a bunch of other people were like jamming like along the side of the building at Riverworks, like basically where
like
we were
busking
waiting.
Or...
Like I wouldn't say bus. I mean, I'm sure it was part of the festival, but like they were like right where we were when we were talking to that dude that got ghosted by John. Right outside Riverworks there. But that was cool. Laura apologized to you. She was helping on a friend. That's why she's like,
that's okay, Laura. I hope your friend's doing okay.
So you know, and he saw me again and he waved to me, you know, like, "Oh, that's cool. I made a new friend, I guess," you know, but
cool.
you know, I met him at like the All WNY Awards last time we did them. Which was like when we tried to do a live stream from Ryan Gurnett's house and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Now I have like way better equipment, so I could do a live stream pretty much anywhere with a decent internet connection. But I think maybe like my computer was like, "No, fuck you." But that's where I met him. And but like, you know, we never really interacted. Like we follow each other on Instagram or whatever. So you know, but I'm watching him. He's, you know, I get these 90s, like pop, you know, R&B vibes. Like I want to drag him into a time machine and take him to meet Teddy Riley and get some New Jack Swing beats behind him. You know what I mean? And you know, and I said that to Mindy Davey actually on Instagram, and had tagged him in the post because I was like, this would be a great guy to have on a bill with you.
Yeah.
And so she goes, so he's like, "Oh yeah, Teddy Riley was great. Yeah, I definitely am influenced by like 90s R&B."
Yeah.
So definitely, you know, it was a good start to the show, good start to the day. Cool. Ran into TJ Cuttajar from days ago from the safety meeting.
Yes.
And he hands me, he's like, "Oh, I'm handing out safety meeting t-shirts." Like, "Okay, cool, man, I'll take one." So he's like, "XL, right?" And he grabs an XL, he hands it to me, and it's just this bright green t-shirt.
It looks like a construction t-shirt.
It looks like you would wear it as like a safety shirt, like basically. And I'm like, this is just the most brilliant.
It really is. And the
simple
font, so simple, but the font is exactly what it should be.
Listen, if anybody from the safety meeting is watching this show or listening to this show right now, I'm asking you, please do one in like the bright orange, so I can wear it on things you might not know.
Yeah.
Because I can't wear that on things you might not know. It won't work.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe did not know that in some occupations, a safety meeting is a meeting where you go out back, usually behind the dumpster, and you smoke weed.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, you haven't worked in food service, have you?
No, I have not.
Yeah. Food service is definitely one of those. Excuse me. I remember the first time I heard that term, I was working at Applebee's, and I'm like, safety meeting, this sounds important. You know?
Anyway.
It was important. Yeah.
So Laura is telling Jasmine to unplug our internet.
Please don't.
The problem with that is we would know because it's literally right here.
Oh.
Anyway.
Turn off the power. Jasmine, if you can figure it out.
Anyway. We'll boot her onto that plane to Idaho if she does anything like that. Anyway.
Yeah. Did you know that she's bringing Lila the cat?
I did not know that.
I'm super glad that the
Good.
cat is going with her because she's a really good cat for Jasmine. And she's going to fly with the cat.
Yeah.
Sounds like an adventure.
I just got a new backpack to fly with. I'm excited about that.
Yes.
It's all fancy, and it's small enough to be, like, considered a personal item because it'll fit under the seat in front of me.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so I bumped into TJ, and then I start wandering around the festival a little bit because the next artist I wanted to see wasn't until a little bit later in the day. And I did see everybody we played on the show last week. Unfortunately, I no longer have the list of who that was in front of me because when I wrote down this week's songs, no, don't dig in there. You threw bubblegum in there. It's gross.
It's not gross. It's my bubblegum.
It's still gross. Anyway.
It's my gross. It's fine.
Anyway, so I went and saw some other acts. I'm wandering around, and I saw my friend Amanda, who is related in some way to Joe Baldwin from Tokyo Monsters.
Okay.
And I hadn't seen her in forever, and I completely forgot that she's like some relation, maybe a sister or something. But like, I completely forgot that they're like related. It never crossed my mind. Like, I saw her, I was like, oh, hey, like, I haven't seen you in forever. And, you know, kneeled down next to her because she's in a wheelchair, kneeled down next to her and was talking to her for a little bit. And then Joe and Karina come up, the other Joe and Karina, one of the other sets of Joes and Karinas come up. And Joe's wearing a Living Brain Dead t-shirt, which I really appreciated.
Yeah.
And then I saw a couple of, Kickstart Rumble was the next band that I actually like intended to see and played on the show last week. Went and saw them. They, I think they got cut off early.
Oh.
Because the stage was already behind by this point. This is like noon.
Jeez, didn't it only start at like 11?
Yeah, like 10. But Kickstart Rumble's playing at noon. And then there was this like vocal school. Like,
okay.
All right. And like they got all these kids come out and they sound fantastic. And they have this adult woman come out and she's like all super excited. And she's like, it's time to party. And I'm going to sing Four Non-Blondes, What's Up? I'm standing there with Karina, the other Karina.
Yes.
And I'm like, when I think party, I think a ballad from the 90s, you know, and nothing against that song. But meanwhile, I'm texting the band. We actually had gotten texted the day before and asked if we wanted to play at 2:00. We got texted 4:00 the day before to ask if we wanted to play at 2:00. It's like, we haven't even been in the same room other than Brian's memorial since November. Like, we're having our first band practice Tuesday, but we won't even have our singer until like the day of our show. So no, we're not able to do this on such short notice.
Yeah.
Like if we would have gotten it, we would have made it work. We would have found a way. But we didn't get it. So it's like, okay, well, we're not planning on doing it. We're not going to practice before that because we don't have to.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this woman gets up there and she starts singing What's Up, and I'm texting the band. I'm like, yeah, I'm standing here watching some vocal school student earn her F. It was not good. Everybody else was fantastic. She was not so fantastic. But in my opinion, I don't know. I mean, I can't sing, so what does my opinion matter? Anyway, so I saw Tokyo Monsters. And I decided I was going to go buy some vinyl because they had I saw a vinyl vendor. I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch Tokyo Monsters and buy some vinyl. I'm going to go home, drop off the vinyl, because I forgot, I didn't think to bring a hoodie. I'm like, it's going to get cold once it gets later.
Yeah.
So let me go home. This is my excuse. I'll buy some vinyl. I'll go home to put the vinyl away. Like just put it in the studio, grab a hoodie, eat, come back. And do a voiceover because I got a message at, like in the middle of Tokyo Monsters set, like, you have 12 hours to deliver. Like, I do? how? And it was a 24-hour delivery that I didn't see the night before. So I was like, all right, I guess I got to go home and do this.
Yeah, that sucks.
So came home, worked, ate, put a hoodie on. Actually, let me tell you about the vinyl since we're at that point of the day. I went to, so I go to where the vinyl is, and I'm looking around, and I found like 4 records.
Okay.
Including one of Brian's top 7, which was Paul Simon's Graceland, which would not be a record on my radar at all had it not been for Brian being telling me. And I watched back not just recently the last episode Brian was on when he took over and promoted the solo album he did.
Yes.
And he was talking about his top albums, and he's like, yeah, Paul Simon Graceland is like right up there. So I had to grab that one. I also got The Who's Next was another one. I got Rush, A Farewell to Kings, because when we were at Rancid, I was talking to a couple of people that are like, do you really have a record collection if you don't have Rush's A Farewell to Kings? That's such a great album. You need that in your collection. So when I saw it, I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy this. Great album, by the way.
Yeah.
It was the first one I listened to.
Cool.
And then I got a B-52s album, the one with Rock Lobster on it.
Oh my God, I'm glad you said Rock Lobster and not Love Shack.
I was looking for that one. They didn't have it. Anyway.
Asshole.
So I'm like, I get to the end of the vinyl and I'm going to go around the corner to the next set of vinyl. And this guy's looking at me weird. Right? And I'm like, oh, I'm just going over here. He goes, oh, no, we're not together.
Oh.
Like, oh, okay. Well, then let me pay you for these. And then I'll go over here and look. And then there was nothing like really I wanted over at the other one. Okay. So, I didn't really spend a lot of time over there. So tried to get an Uber home. I walked over to the other side of the river, tried to get an Uber home. Because that's, usually where, if we're at Riverworks, that's where we'll wait for an Uber.
Yeah.
Including Music is Art the last time we went.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over there. This guy's got to drop off at Riverworks before he gets to me. But the cops are over there at like Michigan and Ohio or whatever. Or whatever that intersection is there. They're not letting anybody over the bridge to get over to where Riverworks is. That area is full. So they're only letting people who are in bands go to like load out.
Oh.
So I'm like in constant communication with this Uber driver. I'm like, look, your best bet is going to be to drop your fare off, your current rider off where I am. So you might as well just come right over here, drop them off. They're going to have to walk over the bridge because they're not going to let you drive over the bridge. Mm. He goes, yeah, you're probably right. So I see him drop this girl off. Mm. And I'm like waving and I'm trying to get his attention. He drives off and he's like, I'm here. I'm like, no, you were here, dude. You drove right past me. I am right over where you dropped that girl off. And he goes, oh, wait there. And then they moved the barricade up a block.
Oh, jeez.
So now it's like I have to go another block. I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna go over to the casino. I'll meet you over by the casino. And he's like, oh, just change your pickup location in the app. Like, okay, no problem. So I go over there. I get up to the next block. I see this like red staircase. I'm like, I'm right against a red staircase, dude. Like, you're on your way towards this area right here. And then he went like a weird way. So I'm like, I crossed the street because that was the way he was coming. I figured that'll make it easier.
Okay.
Next thing I know, the dude's right in front of me. I'm like looking around the back of his car to see his license plate, knock on his window, like, dude, it's me. And finally we I got in the Uber and we had a great conversation about music on the way home. And I tipped him basically like 100%.
Yeah, you made him do a lot of work.
Yeah, well, I didn't make him do a lot of work. It just was a lot of work for him to do. So I was like, dude, I feel bad about you having to do all that. Like, and I appreciate the good communication trying to get me. Like, Laura says to learn how to drive. I know how to drive. You just don't want me to drive. Anyway. At least the state doesn't want me to drive. Anyway. So yeah, that's then I came home and my Metallica Black Album box. Let me tell you, man, that Metallica Black Album box is heavy.
It's huge.
It also weighs a lot. Anyway, so I go back, and as I'm going back, I'm walking across the bridge, and I see across the street, I see Gus
Yeah.
from At the Helm
Okay.
carrying a guitar. So I catch up with him when he gets across to the side I'm on. And I'm like, hey, man, time you guys going on? Oh, 7:30, the rail barn stage. Like, where in the hell is that? Oh, it's all the way in the back corner. Like, oh, okay, cool. So we start talking. We're having a conversation. Some guy comes up to me. He goes, hey, man, last year you saw me and you didn't remember me. I'm like, yeah, I still don't. He goes, my name's Phil. Phil, if you're watching or listening, I'm sorry, but this will happen again next year, I'm sure. And you're not the only one. I will get to that.
Oh my God.
So I caught some more bands when I got back, and I caught At the Helm, and while I was waiting for At the Helm to play, I ran into my old guitar player Dave.
Yeah.
Who's looking great, by the way. He lost a bunch of weight, put on some muscle. He was kind of the influence of me. Like, I want to eat better.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't want to get jacked like he's looking now, but I definitely want to get skinnier. So I'm standing there talking to him for a little bit, and caught At the Helm. And then I left. I went. I literally did see every single band that I played last week.
Yeah.
I saw. Who was the other one? Now I'm trying to think who I all played last week. It would be probably easy if I just go on 716bands.com and look it up.
Oh, we never mentioned that.
No, we don't, because that's where you get the audio only podcast. Let's see. Amateur Hockey Club. I went over and saw.
Oh.
Yeah, I went and saw them on the tailgate stage. And they were pretty good. I must apologize. I, for whatever reason, always thought they were a ska band.
I did too.
They are not.
No.
They fit more with like Tokyo Monster.
Oh.
Tokyo Monsters, like that kind of stuff. And I really dug it. I think they would have been they'd be a good fit. I'm going to follow up with them on this.
Better.
On a show we've got coming up. But yeah, I met them, and he was like, he's like, yeah, I heard you call us a ska band once. Or I saw you call us a ska band once, and I was like, yeah, whatever you want to believe, dude. I'm just like, yeah, dude, I had no idea. For some reason, I was under the impression you guys were a ska band.
Yeah.
They are not. They looked like a ska band.
You were saying that.
One's got a baseball tee on. Two of them got Hawaiian shirts on. Though I thought the one had a Selector t-shirt on, but it said Reflector.
Oh.
I read it wrong. Anyway. So I saw them. I saw Hearts and Hand Grenades. I saw them inside the barn at 9:30.
Cool.
And I was like, I saw Coffin Hook.
Mm-hmm.
After I saw Iron Soul. Danielle like flew up from Florida to be a part of this show, be a part of Music is Art. And meanwhile, Ashton is texting me like, hey, where are you at? Like, oh, I'm over by the tailgate stage. She's like, where's that? Like, it's the first one you see. Where are you? He's like, oh, I'm over like at the corner. Like, oh, you're at the Cheerios stage. Okay. You want to come, like, if you come over to Riverworks, I'm at the first stage you'll see. Next thing I know, I'm getting bopped in the head with some inflatable thing. And I turn around, sure enough, there's Ashton, there's Allie. I'm like, oh, hey guys. And they're like, well, we want to go find the family. Like, hey, hold on a minute. Let me say goodbye. Let me say hello to my friends here in Iron Soul. And then I will be right with you. I will hang out with you because I don't have anybody I really want to see until Hearts and Hand Grenades. So, yes, Karina fed Jazzy. Anyway. So I go and I say hello to Danielle, and I'm like trying not to stay too long, but the rest of the band is still tearing down gears. So I'm just like, all right, say hi to the rest of the band for me. I go catch up with Ashton. We go over to the sideshow stage where he's expecting his family to be. They're like, oh, no, they went back the way you guys came from. So we went over to see Coffin Hook, and I will tell this story and then get to the song break because we're about 30 seconds from that.
Okay.
So we go over to the Cheerios stage where Coffin Hook is playing. And I'm standing right in front of Chris for like 2 minutes before he sees me. He was just that in the zone, you know, like it's not like there's, a ton of lights you can't see. But anyway, I walk back out into the crowd, and I'm on my phone. I'm posting this picture I took of Chris. And this girl comes up to us. She starts going like this, right? And I'm thinking she's asking me for a lighter. I'm not paying that much attention. And she's like, are we doing this again? I'm like, huh? She's like, it's Brooke. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I am terrible at this. So if Phil is listening, who said I didn't recognize him last year and I still didn't recognize him this year, you're not the only one, and I've seen Brooke since the last Music is Art. So, anyway, so Laura, I wore the music. Laura said music drink T-shirt to Music is Art the other day. Anyway, so this is the first song tonight is from Fluse.
Yes.
And this song is called Look Around on all WNOI, Think So Joe Show.
About you, about us, about everything that makes you fuss. Come on now. And I know there's gonna be another story now. When you know what you said, but the meaning can't be found. So when you say what you mean, but you can't really say what's going down. When you look around.
That was Fluse on all WNY Think So Joe Show.
Yes. Fluse with special guest AJ Jabaji. What would you call that?
I guess that would be Jabaji.
Okay, AJ Jabaji. That's this Friday at 8 p.m. at the Cave. You can get tickets online. At ShowClicks.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
XM Priory's also playing Friday, I think, at Stamps.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I might randomly end up at a hockey game again this weekend.
Well, you
Sabres
can go.
prospect games are going on. So I can go, yes. Well, let's finish talking music is art first, and then we'll talk about that. There's so much to talk about today. So yeah, I saw Brooke, and she said, next year, when I do remember who she is, it's music is art tradition, and I have to pretend to not recognize her.
Right.
So, okay. So I was walking around, I was kind of looking for, I wanted to see, like, Grosh. Well, I wanted to see Green Jello, but they canceled.
Oh, that sucks.
And they were supposed to play at 10:15, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go see Grosh. I actually ran into our friend Monica, good friend of the show here,
yes.
and her mom, and I was like, oh, yeah, they're talking about going to see Grosh at 10. I'm like, well, I'm going to see Green Jello at 10:15. Then when I found out they weren't playing, I had to go, I found them, and I had to tell her mom, because her mom was like gung-ho about seeing Green Jello. I'm like, yeah, they're not playing. Sorry. Grosh it is, So I go over to where Grosh is supposed to be playing at like 10:15. And there's a hip-hop group on that was supposed to be playing, or they were supposed to be, Grosh was supposed to be at 10. The hip-hop group that was on was supposed to be at 9.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this stage is way behind. I'm going to go find Lazy Ass Destroyer, who's taking Green Jello's spot at 10:15 on the sideshow stage. So I go walk over. I have to walk through a bunch of foam.
You walked through the foam?
A couple of times because it was off for a little while, and then it was back on. I'm like, yeah, fuck this. I'm just walking through it. But I couldn't find Lazy Ass Destroyer either. I guess he ended up going on like 10:30.
Oh,
But by that point, I'm like, you know what? If I leave now, I could just get a bus home.
true.
Theoretically. That's another story. But as I'm leaving, I saw our friends in Strange Standard were playing on the tailgate stage, and I
Yes.
stopped to watch them for a song or two before I was like, all right, if I'm going to catch this bus, I need to go. And, of course, the bus never showed up, so had to call an Uber again.
Yeah, that sucks.
Spent a lot of money on Uber this weekend. Anyway.
Yeah.
I could have spent even more on Uber this weekend
Yeah.
because Sunday morning, I went to go get my daughter.
Right.
And I got to her house, and I pulled up Uber, and I punched in our address, and it says $35. I said, fuck you, $35.
Yeah.
That's a $20 ride. You're trying to charge me $35. So obviously, I was not the only person attempting to take an Uber at that time, presumably because there happened to be a NFL football game going on in town this
Hardly
this
affected
past
me.
weekend. Really?
No.
Oh,
I'm lying.
okay. I thought so. Anyway, yeah, I of course don't give a fuck because, lifelong 49ers fan, and the 49ers were playing at the same time as the Bills.
Oh.
So we took a Lyft, and that was only $20. So for whatever reason, Lyft was like regular price, and Uber was like, yeah, you want to pay 1.5 times what you normally pay.
Yeah, that sucks.
1.75 almost, I think it was. But anyway, it's like, yeah, fuck this. Do I have a watch? 2 acts are on at the same time, and the bus didn't are on at the wrong time. Yes, I know what time it was, Laura. They just happened to be an hour behind on one of the stages and 15 minutes behind on the other one. So I said,
15
fuck it, and
minutes
went
isn't
home.
so bad.
No. I wasn't going to sit around waiting an hour to see the band I wanted to see. I just said, fuck it, and went home.
Yeah.
Like, I'll see them some other time. I love Grosh, but they play everywhere all the time.
This is true.
I can literally, go find them and see them play.
Right.
So it wasn't like a huge deal to see them at Music is Art. I saw some of the Rag family, though.
Yeah.
The Whiskey Reverb family there.
Cool.
So I, went and I was trying to find out what was going on. So I go up to this dude I know, Darth Dan, and he's like, hey, ThinkSoJoE, and he introduces me to some other guy, and the other guy starts talking about, oh yeah, he does the podcast with that girl Karina, and then Dan just walks away. I'm like, dude, I was gonna ask you if you knew when Grosh was going on. What were you going? Anyway,
that's funny.
So the Bills played on Sunday.
They sure did.
And
I'm not gonna lie. Who won the game?
Not Buffalo.
Oh,
anyway,
that was my guess.
Not Buffalo. No, they blew that one.
Yeah.
I saw it early in the day. It's 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
But and by the way, at this point, the 49ers game is like 7-0.
Okay.
And some guy and had like just started, and it was Trey Lance's first touchdown pass for the Niners. But this guy, some guy on Twitter goes, oh yeah, the Steelers' offense isn't even that good. Like, we should just go for it on the anytime we get to the 50-yard line. And then I'm looking at the score. It's like, dude, it's 3-0. Your offense isn't doing any better than theirs. Like, what are you talking about? And obviously Pittsburgh's offense was better than Buffalo's because they won.
Yeah.
Anyway, it comes out after the game that there was no enforcement whatsoever of their mask policy. None.
Okay.
There's video of, like, in the hall, in the concourse, inside the building. Sorry about that. There's just tons of people, no masks. Which the policy was you have to wear a mask in the indoor areas.
Okay.
There is a state senator at this game who had his picture taken not wearing a mask indoors.
Wow.
Okay. He, to his credit, was, it's in if you look, it's in my hand. I was putting it on. And then I found out from somebody who went to the game, they weren't checking for vaccinations. They weren't checking for the negative tests, which they were supposed to do. They were just letting people in. And then they're not enforcing the mask policy. And now, here we are 3 days later, and they announced yesterday that going forward, as of October 31st, you have to be fully vaccinated to attend any events at Highmark Stadium or KeyBank Center. Hockey games, concerts, anything, football games, anything.
Okay.
Starting on September 25th, you have to have at least one dose of of a vaccine to get admittance. So I don't know what the big deal is, guys. You have 10 fucking days to get your first shot, and you won't miss anything at KeyBank Center or Highmark Stadium. Oh, but the shot, I don't want to get a shot. I'm 3. Fuck you guys. Get your fucking shots. Stop being babies. Just do your fucking part already, will ya? This is the reason we need to do things like enforce fucking vaccine, having a vaccine to get into a sporting event is because you fucking people don't listen. You had a choice. You get your shots, or you wear a mask, and you did neither. Now you can't go to things you want to go to because you didn't fucking listen in the first fucking place. That's nobody's fault but yours. So shut the fuck up, get your shot, put your big boy pants on, and get your fucking vaccinations, all right? Stop being bitches.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm seeing all these comment sections. Oh, well, I'm never going to Highmark Stadium again. Good luck with, you're going to lose so much money. I'm more inclined to go to a Bills game now. I mean, I won't, but I'm more inclined to go to one. I'm absolutely not going to one before December 19th when I go see the 49ers, who, by the way, won this week. Okay.
That's good.
10-10, go off, Dad. I'm sitting here watching we don't advocate piracy on the ThinkSoJoE show, but I'm over here watching the 49ers game, kind of through nefarious means. And I come to find out, this is important if you are a sports fan in this area, but you are not a fan of the Bills or the Sabres, right? If you are a sports fan and you want to watch your team, all you need to do is subscribe to a VPN service. And you can literally, like, I was able to log into NFL.com with my Sling TV credentials and watch the 49ers game because my computer thought I was in San Francisco. Actually, Santa Clara, but still.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, that's good to know, especially since I don't get MSG Network anymore.
Yeah.
But ESPN Plus, which I do have, has every NHL game, except you can't watch in-market games on it. So if the computer thinks I'm out of market, I can watch Sabres games. So
That's a good idea.
I'm super glad to have a VPN.
Yeah.
I tweeted that out. I tweeted them. I'm like, I just found out I can watch my team's games on, my VPN service. They like my tweet. So it was just a couple of years ago. I was trying to find out if I could watch Sabres games that way. If I had gotten the NHL Center Ice package, which you don't need anymore because if you have ESPN Plus. Actually, the Center Ice package doesn't exist anymore because it's all on ESPN Plus.
Oh.
So that's really good to know. If you guys are trying to cut cable,
Yeah.
it's a legal gray area. We are not condoning that you use a VPN to watch your favorite sports team, but it's a thing you can do. Anyway. Which was nice. But then as soon as I switched to actually like watching through the VPN, like Detroit started to come back. I'm like, no. The fuck? Where'd the defense go? And then San Francisco won by a touchdown. Actually, by 8. So,
Okay.
But Detroit was like marching up the field. It's like, oh, fuck, not again. Anyway.
Yeah.
There, the carrier doesn't own the right for that area to show the game. Sports sports broadcasting rules are stupid. This has been suspended for a little while now, but you remember, like, if the Bills game didn't sell out, you couldn't watch it?
Yes, I do remember that.
There was a very famous example of this. The Bills played the Houston Texans in a game that did not sell out. I believe it was a playoff game, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And Jim Kelly was out injured. And Frank Reich was the quarterback.
Okay.
And the Bills, the game didn't sell out, so it wasn't on TV. The Bills were getting their asses handed to them. And Frank Reich led the biggest comeback to this day in NFL history.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on TV because they didn't sell out. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Sports broadcasting laws are archaic and fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't, if you can get the game locally, you can't get it through this through this service that you're paying for. Why?
Yeah.
I
you're
don't
paying
get-
for the
I-
service.
If I'm paying for the service, I should get literally every game. Like, so what you're saying is if I, like, drive to Erie, Pennsylvania and don't get the MSG network in the area I'm at, I can watch Sabres games 2 hours away. But I can't watch it in my house
Yeah.
because I live in Buffalo. That's fucking bullshit. I hate sports broadcasting rules. They're so stupid.
Yeah.
Just so stupid. There was an example a couple of years ago. I was trying to watch, I had gotten Spectrum, and I was trying to watch the Thursday night football game.
Okay.
Thursday night football is supposed to be on, like, at the time was probably like NBC or ABC or something like that, right? So I'm going to try and watch this Thursday night football game through the app, through the Spectrum app, not my cable box. Trying to watch through the app. I'm getting a top 10 show, not a football game. So I'm curious. I walked over into the next room over because that's where the cable box was. Turned on the TV, Sure enough, I got the game on the channel that I was getting this top 10.
Okay.
It turns out that the NFL's broadcast rules, you can't watch it through your carrier's app. You can log into NFL.com with your carrier's credentials, but you can't watch the game on your carrier's app. You have to watch it on NFL's app.
That's fucked up.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like these broadcasting rules make no fucking sense. Like, you're just hurting the consumers.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. The best, I absolutely, 100%, without question, would buy NFL Sunday Ticket so I could watch 49ers games every week legally if it wasn't a DirecTV exclusive. Why are you fucking over your fans, NFL?
Yeah, it does seem silly.
Like, you're just fucking us. We can't watch the games because you're like, no, we need money for this. Like, I want to give you money for this, but you won't let me because I'm not a DirecTV subscriber. Fucking stupid. Just fucking stupid. These things are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, so forgive me if I use a fucking VPN to make the website I'm paying for content for think I'm somewhere else so I could watch the content I'm fucking paying for.
Yeah.
Like, come on. These rules are fucking stupid, ridiculous, just awful. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, what else did I do this weekend?
What else did you do?
I watched football, and then I shot things you might not know. That's up. That's about why you can't Google anything.
Like anything.
No, you literally can't like Google is not a verb.
Oh.
You cannot Google anything. You search using the Google search engine, but you do not Google.
Yeah.
Or if you do Google, it is specifically meant to refer to Google.
Yes.
Maybe Direct paid them more. Just like EA Sports paid them more and fucked over the people who love the 2K franchise for the NFL. Anyway. What's Jasmine complaining about? Not what?
I don't know.
I don't even know what I was just talking about. Anyway. It went away.
It went away.
Yeah.
Just like
whatever I was talking about went away.
It was never here.
Yeah.
No.
So I had band practice
How
last
was
night,
band
finally.
practice?
It was pretty good.
It must have been nice to see
Well,
Kevin wasn't there, right?
I saw John
And
and
yeah.
and Brian's spirit flowing through Dan Twist.
Aw.
Which he's like, I'm trying to figure out what Brian was playing here. I'm like, dude, you don't have to be Brian. He's like, no, I want to be Brian for Brian.
Aw.
Like, I get you, and I respect that. Yeah, we played. We ran through our entire album. We ran through a couple of the other songs we're playing, and just it was John's first time playing one of the songs with like it was everybody's first time playing the song together because I played it with Brian and Steve and Kevin, but but it was like it's a song where like you need the vocal to know where you're at. So it was like, okay, like you played it well. Just when we play it with Kevin, you'll know, like it'll just flow. You'll get it. Like it won't be a problem. And then there was another song that we're doing that we're just like, we're not even going to try this right now. We'll try it next time.
Okay.
Because none of us were like familiar enough with it to be like, let's do this,
Okay.
But yeah, it went pretty well.
Excuse me.
So-
How long did you guys play for?
I honestly couldn't tell you because like once we got there, it was like, okay, now I got to set up all these drum mics and I got to set up all this stuff and all. So it took me a little while to set up, and then we played, I think, till like 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we got all these, new drum mics, and we had those mic stands that we bought for these
Yes.
that were like really shitty, and every time we'd use them, they just like keep getting lower and lower and lower. And I'm like, those will hold these little tiny drum mics. Yeah, the one stayed up fine. The other one is just like. Like, God damn it. All right. but yeah, everything went pretty smoothly. Dan seemed to have everything down, so
That's
for the
great.
most part, you know, and everything sounded good. It all felt good. You
That's
know,
good.
it was just like I mean, like out of the entire like group of songs we played, the only thing I ever had to say to Dan was like, that part right there, let it breathe. Like just because, you know, on the album it goes right into it, yeah, but just live, let it go. Start it when you feel like starting it, you know. So yeah, it went pretty well. I'm really looking forward to having Kevin in the room with us,
Yeah.
and which won't probably happen until the day of the show.
Oh.
But I'm really looking forward to having Kevin with us and getting to play these songs, you know, in full and make sure we've got them all pretty well. Like we like Earth Angel, we kind of ran into some issues because it was like, oh, you know, like how many times does this go? We're so used to having vocal on that, you know.
Yeah.
Like I can sing the first part, but then when we get into the heavy part, I'm focusing more on the rhythm, so I can't really
Yeah.
get Kevin's vocals out of me, you know, like. And then we were trying something different for one of the other songs we usually play, and it was okay, that didn't really work for either of us, so let's
Yeah.
just maybe do something else. So, but yeah, we're you know, it's it went pretty well for a first practice. We're off next week, and then we're coming back to for like 2 more, and then the show, and then we start all over again with another bass player.
Right.
So, and then we do that for a month, play a show, and then we hopefully find somebody more permanent. So, yes, the song from Back to the Future. Anyway,
Yeah.
somebody hasn't
I'm
listened to
excited
the album.
see- I'm excited to see how it all comes together.
I'm just kind of looking forward to everything just being like everybody being in one place and getting to play these and finally getting to, you know, get on stage, get that out, you know,
Yeah.
and pay tribute to Brian the best we can.
Yeah.
Which I had sent his sister and his best friend the patch, 1 patch each and a couple of buttons. And I had to send them in like Dollar Shave Club boxes because I signed up for like stamps.com, not sponsored. And it was like, oh, well, you know, I bought these little like padded envelopes, and it's like, oh no, you can put them in a regular envelope, or you can put them in like a box with these dimensions. And I'm like, well, these padded envelopes don't count then. So I'm like, all right, what if I, you know, let me get a box. So I got the Dollar Shave Club boxes were like the perfect size, and
That's
I sent both of them a note like, yeah, sorry for the Dollar Shave Club box, you know, just a you know, personal note like Brian would do.
Yeah.
And his sister shot me a message. She's like, oh yeah, I was laughing about the Dollar Shave Club box. Brian would have made fun of you for that. Oh yeah, I know he would.
Yeah.
I know he would. So so they got she got hers. I don't know about it. Like I haven't heard from Chris, but Brian's sister got hers. So I'm
Good.
happy she got that, and I was able to kind of give her a piece of something to remember her brother by, you know, like but yeah. But yeah, we're hopefully you know, gonna have all this down and have a nice little tribute to Brian in the set.
Yes.
October 9th, Tudor Lounge, Living Brain Dead, Lucky 33, Johnny Revolting, and Tsunami Surprise.
Sounds great.
Why wouldn't I own a Dollar Shave Club box? Or several. It's one of the many things I get in the mail every month.
Yes.
I'm waiting on my Guitar Crate.
Oh.
Yeah, I love Guitar Crate. Not sponsored. Love Guitar Crate. I'm just there's like so much shit in my gig bag that's like, yeah, I got this from Guitar Crate. I got this from Guitar Crate, you know.
Yeah.
The best thing about Guitar Crate is you get stuff you don't know you needed. You know, you get your money's worth or more. But the value is in you know, the stuff you get is stuff you're not necessarily thinking of.
Yeah, it's not something you would buy yourself.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Like, I don't know where the hell that little fucking ring slide is. That was terrible. I wouldn't think to buy that for myself, and I would be disappointed in myself if I did. So, all right, this is Rust Belt Brigade.
Awesome.
Because Trevor Jennings is playing somewhere this week.
Trevor and Cody Barcroft are playing. Let me see where. I'm sorry for not doing my homework, guys. Bear with
Yay,
me.
dead air. All right.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. They're playing Good Bar tonight, 9 to 12.
There you go. So right after the show, you head over to Good Bar.
Yeah.
Stop at ETS on the way.
Or the way back, if it's not
If
too
it's
late.
open.
Yeah.
It wasn't open last time we tried.
That's
All right.
true.
So this is Rust Belt Brigade, and this song is called Low Bridge, Erie Canal on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Well, I got a mule and her name is Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old pal. 16 miles on the Erie Canal. We've hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay. And we know every inch of the way, from Albany to Buffalo. Low bridge, everybody down. Low bridge, and we're coming through your town. Always be your neighbor, and we'll always be your pal. If you're ever navigating the Erie Canal, if you're ever navigating the Erie Canal. Lost all my money and I lost my gal. 17 miles on the Erie Canal. Well, I can't see straight, I drank too much ale. 18 miles on the Erie Canal. We've hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay. And we know every inch of the way, from Albany to Buffalo. Low bridge, everybody down. Low bridge, and we're coming through your town. Always be your neighbor, and we'll always be your pal. If you're ever navigating the Erie Canal, if you're ever navigating the Erie Canal. Hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay. And we know every inch of the way, from Albany to Buffalo. Low bridge, everybody down. Low bridge, and we're coming through your town. Always be your neighbor, and we'll always be your pal. If you're ever navigating the Erie Canal, if you're ever navigating the Erie Canal, well, I'm always navigating the Erie Canal. I'm always navigating the Erie Canal.
Rust Belt Brigade, that song called Low Bridge, the Erie Canal. That's a great song. Your grown-up phone. Oh, you were looking up at who was playing on your grown-up phone there. Anyway,
This is not my children's phone.
no, it's your grown-up phone. Anyway, so yeah, you could go to that show right after this show tonight, and you just head over to Elmwood
Good Bar,
Avenue there.
yep.
Hey, over to Good Bar. Hit ETS first. I got to go to ETS a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was excited.
Yeah, you really like it there.
I got to go in and like eat inside and order inside. And
Yeah.
like the last time I was there, I had to like order on the app and like go in, grab my food and come back.
Oh, no kidding.
And like sit on the patio out there and eat. But I get to go inside. I texted my buddy John, not my drummer John, my buddy John. Texted him a picture like, "Hey, you remember this view?" Because we used to go there all the time. So yeah, I went there. I bought like 11 records at Revolver. Yeah,
That's a lot of records.
Yeah, I mean, I paid like $110 total. Leland asked me the other day. He said, "Dude, did they sell like used records at $10 each, or did it just work out that way?" I'm like, "It just worked out that way, dude. Like,
That's
one of
funny.
the records I bought was a brand new Rancid record for $20. So like, you know, it wasn't all used records, but you know, great value. You get your money's worth at Revolver.
Yeah.
Like they charge fair prices, I think.
Okay.
You know, I came home and I'm so I'm sitting there and a lot of the records are like older records. So you got to like actually like if you're like me and you like to catalog your records, like buy the proper version of the record,
Oh,
the proper
yeah.
pressing. You got to sit there with the right light and you got to get the you know, run out groove information. And then half the time you can't find that. So that was my last two record shopping experiences were like, fuck, why can't I find this particular fucking copy of this record on Discogs?
Oh.
Okay, this one's close enough, you know. But yeah, I did, you know, I do enjoy shopping for records. I've still got like 6 more I haven't even cataloged yet.
Oh, really?
From vinyl a couple of months ago and vinyl this month.
Oh.
I haven't gone through yet and added like listened or added them to Discogs or anything. Just who has the time? I got the Metallica box. I was showing you the track list.
That is insane.
The
I
track
didn't even know.
The track list covers the half of the back of the basically like 6 inches by 12 in tiny print. Fills it.
Yeah, it really does. And I mean, that box is this thick. It's like
It's
like a freaking phone book or encyclopedia thickness. But it's record size.
Right.
I didn't pick it up, but it looks really heavy.
Oh, I mean, it is really heavy. And it weighs a lot too.
There's a shit ton of stuff in there. Like, I don't really care for Metallica. I could kind of care less, but I know that like you like it, so I'm sure it's like really exciting to you. It's like a field day.
Well, I showed you the list on the back of the, and I'm like, this is where I am.
He's like not even a third of the way down the first column.
I have listened to the album itself.
Yeah.
I have not listened to the picture disc. I haven't listened to the 2 live albums. I haven't listened to any of the CDs. I haven't watched any of the DVDs yet. I'm like, there's so much content.
Yeah.
Just so much content.
Do you feel like it was worth your money? At
Oh,
this point?
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to definitely, you know, get through that as I go along, but like just I got it Saturday. Like I was waiting for me when I got home Saturday from Music is Art when I came home to drop off the records I bought at Music is Art. And then so like when I got home, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna listen to this Rush album right now because I have to go to work shortly. But like, you know, the next day I put on the Metallica record just because it's like, okay, this is remastered. I want to hear what it sounds like, and it sounds amazing. Every one of the remastered Metallica albums has sounded just incredible. You're hearing like frequencies that you didn't quite hear before.
That's really cool.
That have always been there. You just weren't hearing them.
Yeah.
And it's so you know, they're not like, it's just little subtle tweaks here and there that just make them sound just incredible. And just having been listening to the Metallica podcast.
Oh, right.
Where they're talking about making this album and, you know, like just reliving the recording of this album 30 years ago, you know, it's like, wow, you know, they put a lot into this and wow, you can really hear like how much went into this 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's this documentary that came out around the time of this album. It details the the making of the album.
Okay.
I've never owned this. It's called A Year and a Half in the Life of Metallica. On one of the DVDs in this box set is outtakes from that.
Oh, like shit that didn't sound as good? Or?
No, like shit that just didn't make the cut of the documentary.
Oh.
So I'm like, you know what though? Before I watch that, I want to watch the documentary.
That makes sense.
But I want to do it without having to like buy physical media and actually like find a DVD player laying around in here somewhere. I know I can play it on a lot of different devices around here. Just I really don't want to do physical media,
Fair enough.
digital media, physical digital media. If I could get it digitally, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as opposed to like physical analog media, like records. Anyway, so I went on Just Watch and it's like, it's available on Apple TV. I'm like, well, hey, I have that app on my Roku player. Cool.
Yeah.
So I go in the bedroom, I open up the Apple TV app. It's like, enter your password. I don't know any of my fucking passwords
Right.
because I have a password manager. So I have to like open up my phone, open up the password manager, unlock the password manager, get the password, and sit there and just type it in on the fucking Roku player. Because Apple is one of the ones that's like, oh no, we're not going to use the native Roku fucking thing that you can just type in with your phone. We're going to use our own proprietary one that you have to use the fucking remote for. So I get through this whole long convoluted password I have for my Apple TV,
Yeah.
for my Apple account, and they go, okay, thanks for logging in. Go to this website to verify your identity. Just grab my phone. I go on this website, enter my password again. And it's like, what's your make of your first car? And what's your favorite sports team? Like, well, okay, sure. So I put in the answers. Those are the wrong answers. Try again. Try it again. Those are the wrong answers. Try again. Reset security questions. You don't have permission to reset security questions. Oh, by the way, now you're locked out because you've tried too many times to answer the security question. So the next day I try again. I try again from the computer thinking like, oh, maybe I'll have better luck from the computer instead of my phone. So again, I'm having the same problem. I don't know the answers to my security questions, apparently. I made them too hard for me to know what my favorite sports team and my favorite car and the name of my first pet was, apparently. Anyway, I know the answers to all of those. Maybe I was typing them wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I sent out a tweet to Apple support, like, how do I get into this? Because it won't let me reset my password. There goes your phone again. Anyway, and then finally I figured out what my answers were. So I went in and I changed my answers, and then it's like, let me go buy this documentary now that I'm in my account.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need to install iTunes. Like, fuck you. I'll just do it from the fucking Apple TV app.
Okay.
Just go back in the bedroom, open up the Apple TV app. I hit, it's like, you could go to this website to enter your password. You don't have to enter it here. Great. Awesome. So I go on the website, I enter my password. It, pops up on the screen. Oh, you're successfully logged in. So I look up the documentary again. I go buy it, and it's like, please enter your password. I'm like, I am not awake enough for this. Fuck this shit.
All that, and you didn't get it.
Not yet. I'll get it eventually. I will. I'm just, there's so many, bouncing between, lowercase and capital letters. It's just ridiculous to type on a screen like that.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to install iTunes.
Yeah.
Fuck Apple and their fucking products. They fucking suck. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. We made reference to that in the video this past week, the things you might not know. Kevin dropped a, cult of Apple reference in there.
Oh.
Anyway, buy our merch. Merch.ThinkSoJoE.com.
Yes.
Anyway. It was nice seeing Living Brain Dead merch out in the wild over the last couple of weeks. I saw Android for Life. Yeah. I saw Marissa was wearing
That's true.
the distressed
Yeah.
T-shirt, and Joe Baldwin was wearing the original. Like,
yeah.
like it was nice seeing people wearing our gear. Like
very
that was cool. We appreciate you guys when you wear Living Brain Dead or Think So Joe show merch or anything like that. So I posted a picture of Joe Baldwin wearing the shirt on stage at Music is Art, and Nick Landers responded with a picture of him wearing a Think So Joe show t-shirt on stage.
I saw that.
So Windows Phone forever, Laura says. Anyway, yeah, Windows was like trying to give away Windows phones like through their ads. They're like, oh, you know, take the Windows challenge. I'm like, yo, I'll take the Windows challenge. Never got a response.
No.
Like, I'll fucking do it. Let's try. What do you got for me on these Windows phones? Anyway, so yeah, it's been cool to see everybody wearing the merch and wearing the gear, and also, you know, I will eventually get that documentary. I'll get the documentary before I fucking watch the outtakes from the documentary.
That's a
I
good
will do
call.
that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm nowhere near there. I still have 2 live albums to get through, a picture disc to get through.
Yeah.
That's a 12-inch single, and a bunch of CDs, the DVDs, a whole 128-page hardcover book.
Oh, wow.
There is so much content in this thing. It's ridiculous. And this is the first one I've bought. They've released them for all the albums prior to the Black Album.
Oh.
But I've just never had the money to buy them.
Do you think you might go back and buy them?
I think the only one I might be able to find is Ride the Lightning.
Oh.
Because they only made like limited copies of all of them. But I was just like, this is, you know, this is really cool to have this and be able to afford this. And like, it takes up so much damn room on the shelf though. Like, I'm going to need more record storage.
I don't know where the hell you're
soon.
going to put it. I don't know.
And I don't know where it's going.
No.
I'm only at like 470.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Only.
I don't have 470 of anything.
Yeah.
Maybe shoes.
Maybe. You have a
No,
lot
I
of
have
shoes.
like 25 pairs of shoes, maybe.
So guys, I lost 10 pounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did you do this?
I don't know. Magic. I'm drinking, I cut down to like 1 bottle of Pepsi a day.
That's huge.
Drinking a lot of water.
That's very huge.
I have tried my best to cut out carbs for the most part.
Yeah.
But I'm also eating like smaller portions. I'm trying to eat less DoorDash.
Yeah. So like you're trying to eat smaller portions. So I'm sorry about dinner today.
Dinner was huge.
Dinner was huge.
It was good though.
It was. Toot toot. That's my horn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I'm eating apples for breakfast now. Like that's not something I do. So I started doing that. I was at Tops on Saturday, and I was hungry. I'm like, let me get 1 bottle of Coke a day is way too much. Any amount of Coke a day is too much. Anyway, so I'm at Tops, and I'm like, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast. I just kind of had to rush out the door. So I'm like, I'm just gonna grab like a donut. Not good for me. Not something I should be grabbing. I ended up grabbing a carrot muffin, and I'm like, let me wander around the store because I'm early and it's raining and I don't want to like have to go wait for her outside in the rain. So I'm like wandering around, and I got to the produce aisle. I'm like, fuck, I could have just bought an apple, but I already grabbed the muffin, so I didn't want to put it back. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you know what would be better than an apple is a banana.
yeah, sure. Yellow Sauce had to drop off the stamp show the other day. That was kind of disappointing. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not. You know, I am less disappointed having missed the show now that I didn't miss Yellow Sauce. You know,
I mean,
there's a lot of good stuff that happened, but I didn't miss Yellow Sauce.
With me putting off doing things you might not know, I was kind of glad that it got postponed or canceled. You know, we had to drop off because then I was able to do that. You know, actually shoot the videos.
Yeah, true.
So, you know, but Yellow Sauce will be back in October. So
7 bananas a day. What are you going to do with 7 bananas a day, Laura?
Have diarrhea.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Joe. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? I know 2 jokes. That is one of them. No, I know 3 jokes. Thank you for the well-timed, but
I had to get back to that page. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I like bananas, oranges, and apples.
I like apples.
You know what, though? Bananas do not go well in fruit salad. I have learned that the hard way.
Okay. Good to know.
They get brown. They get slimy.
You've made me, you've prepped me like some food. So like you prepped me some potatoes, which was great. I bought chicken.
Yes, which is gone now. Sorry.
Great. I got to buy more chicken.
You had a nice dinner, though.
That was literally going to be my dinner for like a week. Anyway, I order on Instacart. I order chicken breasts, boneless chicken breast.
Yes.
And I get a message from the guy, and he says, "Hey, can you pick something from this picture because they don't have what you're looking for?" And the picture is literally just a wall of boneless chicken thighs. I'm just like, any boneless chicken breast is fine, but if you can't find that, the chicken thighs are fine. And I get this message. Like, oh, you know, this replacement message, and it says, oh, he replaced boneless chicken breast with rib meat. And I'm just not thinking about it. I just hit okay. And then it's like, the boneless chicken breast was like $8. The boneless chicken breast with rib meat was like $30. I'm like, this better be the best damn chicken I ever fucking got.
Yeah.
Well, when the final like total came up, it was like, oh, $6 for the chicken. Like, oh, okay.
That's better.
And then he got here and it was like, oh, he got the chicken thighs after all.
I mean, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, it was
It was what you needed.
they were really thick. So like to do them on the Foreman,
They unfolded.
the one I had didn't unfold.
They all unfolded.
The one I had last night did not unfold. I had to sit there with a knife and like cut it into three or four
Is it
slices.
still frozen?
No.
Huh.
I was sitting there last night cutting it up so it'd be like nice and kind of thin for the grill.
Yeah.
So I'll go to Tops tomorrow and get more chicken. So
Sorry.
it's okay. It was good. It was a good dinner.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been trying to like. And I did make the mistake if I threw it in the freezer the first day I got it. Like, I'm not going to eat this till like tomorrow. So I threw it in the freezer. And then I'm like, the next day, I'm like, fuck, this is too frozen. I can't get it apart. I'm going to have to eat something else. And luckily, I still had a couple of burgers in the fridge. And luckily, the guy accidentally gave us Kaiser rolls instead of apples.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, that's a great substitution.
It wasn't even a substitution. I paid for the apples and I got the Kaiser rolls. I don't know what the hell happened there. He must have been shopping for somebody else at the same time. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just go to the store and buy some apples.
Mm.
And I had those Kaiser rolls. So I'm like, all right, I'll make a couple of burgers. You know, I'll just make myself a burger. So I made myself a burger, you know, ketchup, mustard, pickles, cheese. On the Kaiser roll. It was really good. And I had,
good.
You had chopped up some potatoes for me.
I did.
And
I boiled them so they were ready to eat.
I dumped a bunch of them on a plate, put it in the microwave for a minute. And then I was like, here's a whole fucking meal right here. And it was very good.
That's very good. I'm glad that it helps you to have the food prepped.
It does. It very much does.
Yes.
I know you prepped me some like noodles.
Yes, there are noodles.
Egg
we had
noodles.
some for dinner. And there's also potatoes. And there's 1 serving of chicken left.
There's still salsa, and I got corn chips.
I opened those.
Are they any good? They're organic.
Yeah, they're
okay.
They're fine.
They're organic corn chips. I couldn't find corn chips anywhere. Damn Bills fans.
Fuckers.
Anyway.
I bet their salsa's not as good as ours, though.
Probably not.
We have
Except
Garcia famous salsa.
our salsa was made by Bills fans. So, you know. Anyway. Yeah, it was I also, after talking to my old guitar player Dave,
Yes.
I've now switched to Pepsi Zero Sugar.
You know, I tried some with dinner, and it wasn't bad. It's not quite regular Pepsi, but it's not Diet Pepsi.
I bought it. I threw the first 6-pack in the fridge today. I still had 1 bottle left of regular Pepsi. That's this one right here in my hand. But yeah, Dave made the suggestion, and I'm like, dude, you're in fucking amazing shape. I'm going to listen to you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, he's ripped. I went on Instagram the one day, right? And you know how Instagram now, like, you open it up, it shows you a picture, and it drops down and shows you what
that drives me crazy.
It's ridiculous. And then you got to scroll up to see if you wanted to see that picture.
I can never find it.
I can always find it. It's always like the third or fourth one.
No, not for me.
So anyway, I open up Instagram, and it's like, boom, here's this shirtless dude. I'm like, I don't follow shirtless dudes.
Apparently you do.
Why is there a shirtless dude? And then it just drops right down, so I didn't see who it was. And I'm like, no, who the fuck was that? Why is there a shirtless dude on my fucking Instagram? And I scroll down, and I see this shirtless dude, and it's Dave Ticket. I'm like, that's Dave Ticket? Holy fuck. What is your secret? You know, how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
He looks fucking incredible. Like, everybody was talking about how great he looks.
Yeah.
Which holy shit, man. I just, and when I saw Brooke, she was like, yeah, just don't follow him on Instagram or you'll see more of that weight loss. I'm like, no, I've already seen it.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, he looks great. So like, I'm talking to him. He's like, yeah, why don't you just switch to, like, 0 calorie?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Well, that's kind of what I've done. Like, there were a lot of factors that changed in my life. One was a job, one was a medication change, and one is that, being a Pepsi person, I work in a Coca-Cola restaurant. And regular Coca-Cola is kind of gross to me, but Diet Coke I can do all day. And between the Diet Coke and the 0 calorie monsters, that's what I drink. That's what I drink. It's all the 0 calorie stuff. So, you got to figure. These
buttons don't work anymore. I got to figure that out. Yeah.
I
was trying to put Jasmine said sponsored drink.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, no, I already mentioned to you about maybe switching to Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, I was not about it.
And then, Dave, Dave was like, why don't you switch to 0 cal, dude? Like, it'll taste a little different, but you'll still be getting the caffeine. It'll still be Pepsi,
It's still like a bubbly, burny kind of delicious taste.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And then I messaged you about it, and you're like, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So I ordered it the next day, and I have not had a bottle yet. I will have one tomorrow.
You'll be fine with it.
I will have one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I've cut down to 1 bottle of Pepsi a day. And even sometimes, like, I'll drink, like, half a bottle. I'll be like, I don't feel like fucking drinking this anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
And, like, people have been asking me, well, how do you feel drinking water now instead of Pepsi? And it's like, well, the first night I did it, I got in the booth. Because we bought, 35-pack of fucking spring water from Wegmans, and now we got it from Tops. This one's from Tops, not sponsored. Anyway, so the first night we got the water bottles, and the reason I wanted these was because they'll fit like perfectly in the cup holder in the booth.
Makes sense.
As opposed to like my big Brito water bottle.
Yeah. That
won't fit in that cup holder in the booth. So it's like I want something I can have in the booth. So if I'm like sitting there reading a voiceover, I can just, keep reading until I stumble over a line, and then like, all right, let me get a drink, and it's been great. And that first night was like I felt really good, and I felt, like it was easier for me to talk without, all that sugar and everything. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely. It's been a change for me because I was drinking 2-3 bottles of Pepsi a day.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
But now I'm drinking 2-3 bottles of water a day and a Pepsi with dinner.
Yeah. Have you noticed any changes in your urination color?
I don't pay attention to that.
What? You're supposed to pay attention to everything that comes out of your body.
I don't do that.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
You even stand up to pee. You have to look at it for it to come out.
I don't pay attention.
What's wrong with you?
I don't. Nothing is wrong with me because I don't go to doctors, so nobody can tell me there's anything wrong with me.
I'm gonna tell you there's something wrong with you. You don't look at the pee when it comes out.
Laura says I'm weird.
You are.
Is that something wrong with me?
No, that's just a fact.
Anyway. Sitting here yesterday, I'm trying to put everything together to go to band practice. Actually, a couple of nights ago, trying to put everything together to go to band practice. And I'm just like, cannot find my Shure SM58 mic.
Yes.
Which is essential for being in a band to
Yeah.
have a SM58. So I'm like looking around. I cannot find this fucking microphone anywhere. I'm digging through my bag. I'm digging everywhere. I'm like, wait, didn't we bring it to fucking Tudor?
Yeah.
Because you were talking about let's interview people in between bands at Muller Mania,
Yeah.
which was not a good idea because they're playing copyrighted music on the jukebox.
Oh, true.
So I never used it at Tudor. So I'm digging through my bag. I'm like, where the fuck is this microphone? It turns out I had a black bag in my black bag that had this black microphone in it. So I just did not see it. I found it. Luckily for practice, Laura is right. It is time for music. Hey, this is a band I saw at Music is Art. And this is Strange Standard.
Oh.
And this song's called Don't Mind Me on All WNY Think So Joe Show.
It's a good thing that we last forever. And it gets hotter when in fever. Just place your hands upon my shoulders. Follow me down the road a bit further. I hope you don't mind all of these lost souls, they're friends of mine. But it could be home to you if you believe. Follow me down the hole amidst the dreams. Well, you know it's hotter than it seems. Yeah. Standing in the hall, missing everything. I go back and hug that kid. Remind him that the things he'll see are better than the things he missed. And I hope you don't mind all of these lost souls, they're friends of mine. It could be home to you if you believe. Follow me down the hall amidst the dreams. We're supposed to fit in, right? With all of these holes, you'd think they'd have one in my size. And I hope you don't mind There's lost souls, the friends of mine. And it could be, oh, it could be hope to you if you just believe. Yeah, yeah. Follow me down the whole misfit dream. Yeah. And I hope you don't mind all of these lost souls, yeah, they're friends of mine.
Strange Standard on all WNY. ThinkSoJoE show.
That was lovely.
Very soulful from Sebastian there from Strange
I love
Standard.
Sebastian's voice. That whole
He's a
band is
gr-
just
I,
great.
I bumped into him at I bumped into him on my way to Coffin Hook,
Okay.
and then I caught a little bit of their set on the way out. I didn't see the whole thing. I just stopped to watch a couple of songs because I wanted to try and catch that bus that never showed up. And but I also really love Strange Standard. Really a big fan of of Sebastian's vocals and everybody in the band.
Yeah.
And I kind of think Phil from that band is the Phil that
Could it be?
that I fail to recognize every time.
We'll
Apparently,
have to look into that.
so Phil, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I wasn't there to let him know who you were, Phil.
It's not the first time it's happened. It won't be the last, I promise you. And you're not the only one it happened to. So I'm sorry, dude. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, tell Karina that I tell Karina she's really pretty every day that
Thank
I
you.
see her,
Thank you.
which is never anymore. But that's
I have
okay.
a full-time job.
You do.
It's the craziest, most adult thing I've done in a long time.
Yeah. I barely see it anymore.
Let's talk about the pizzeria.
Talk about the pizzeria.
We have new menus out.
Okay. What's on your new menus?
Well, higher wing prices for one thing.
I would imagine there's a chicken shortage, apparently.
It's not every cut of chicken. It's just the chicken wings that skyrocketed.
Which,
It's
but
crazy.
like when I mentioned to Dan Twist about my adventure in trying to get chicken breast, he said, yeah, you can't find chicken breast anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, there's also a new pizza on the menu.
mm-hmm.
It's called the Classic Steak Pizza. If you guys like steak subs, try Brando's Classic Steak Pizza. Let me explain this to you, okay? Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we take the Brando's crust, which is pretty fucking good on its own. And then we put a garlic oil base, and then some seasonings, and then some chopped sirloin steak,
Mm-hmm.
and then some mozzarella cheese and some Swiss American cheese. And then we bake it. And then we drizzle some sub oil on it. And then some tomatoes and lettuce and onions, if you like that sort of thing. And then you eat it. And it's kind of messy, okay? I'll give you this. It's kind of messy, just like a steak sub. Oh my God, you guys. It's like eating a steak sub only on a piece of pizza. You gotta try it.
Well, then bring me one home next Friday.
Okay, I'll put the lettuce and tomato on the side, though, because I
Yes.
don't want it to get wilted.
Okay.
And onion. Do you want onion?
Yes.
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 You want onion. I want
Yes.
onion.
So,
I want onion.
so this is the first time I've seen you in a week.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you since last Thursday morning.
Mm.
And when you left for work, and this is the first time I've seen you in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going back away tomorrow, and then this weekend we're going away.
We're going away.
We're going away for a
We're
night.
going to the 585, bitches.
We are Rochester. What's up?
What's up, Rochester?
What's up, Rochester? We'll see you Saturday.
We're gonna go to the Main Street Armory to see Floggy Molly, Violent Femmes, and Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty stoked.
I'm gonna try my best to do a voiceover quietly while
That's
at the
funny.
hotel.
That's funny.
Yeah. And it's not like it's any normal fucking voiceover. It's one that's like high energy that I do every night.
Oh yeah.
So like it's gonna. So you know, if you watch the Slat Rock Wrestling channel and you're used to, here's your wrestling news for. It's gonna be, here's your wrestling news for. And I've already warned him, man. I said, listen, dude, don't forget, I'm in this hotel on Saturday night. I'm not trying to yell.
Yeah.
He's
What
like,
if something really exciting in wrestling happens though?
it's I can't say it's a Saturday because it is Impact Wrestling Victory Road is this Saturday. So
Well.
something exciting could happen in wrestling that I'll miss, but I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'll watch that on Sunday after I watch the 49ers game.
Laura, you're being foolish.
She says you're the coolest person on earth.
I am ice cold.
Yeah. You know what the coolest person on earth did before the show today?
I made dinner.
After that,
What did I do?
you blew a bubble.
You guys, I got some Big League Chew.
She's eating, she's chewing bubble gum.
Yes.
She blows a bubble.
It was a good one.
And what happened?
It popped on my glasses.
I had to go get Windex
He's a very
and
nice
clean her
boy.
glasses for her
He cleaned my glasses. Thank you,
because
Joe.
she popped a gum bubble on it.
And I couldn't stop chewing my gum long enough to clean my glasses. I was busy.
Anyway.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you better. Anyway. Yeah, so yeah, that's where we'll be. We'll be in the 585, as you said, on Saturday.
585.
I've never referred to it as the 585, but we'll be in the 585. We're spending the night. That's gonna be.
Yeah, and then I have to work the next day.
So we got to get up early and come back home so you could go to work. We'll be home in time for me to watch the 49ers game.
Oh, that's good.
Excellent.
That's very good. What time's the game on?
1 o'clock.
Oh, and I won't be working for that game, so that's good.
Probably the same time I would imagine as the Bills are playing. I don't know. I don't
Oh.
follow their shit. I'm just.
Neither do I.
I'm just, it's a morbid curiosity, I think, when I'm like,
Yeah.
what's the score in the Bills game right now? Oh, look, they're losing to a team that fans just an hour ago were saying had no offense.
Jasmine says, bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? The thing with Big League Chew is that you don't really have a limit on the size of your piece. So you can make it one good piece if you want.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I need more Big League Chew.
Apparently, I need more fruit roll-ups because I saw the box on the ready to go out for recycling.
Sorry. You need fruit roll-ups.
I still have my crackers, at least. I think.
Crackers.
Did you eat my crackers too?
No, I didn't eat your crackers.
Those are like my supplement to my apples at breakfast.
Yeah, the peanut butter crackers.
Yeah, like
they
I
probably
eat-
go well together.
They do. I eat the apple, and I'm like, I'm still a little hungry, and then I just grab a package of the peanut butter crackers, and I eat those.
Good.
And keeps me from eating too much bad food.
Yeah.
Still probably not the best food, but I've eaten worse.
True.
So
What did you have for breakfast today?
eggs and potatoes,
Be more specific about your eggs.
scrambled eggs.
Be more specific.
How more specific?
They're tiny little homegrown eggs from my sister's friend's house. They were really cute.
Oh, Jasmine says, yeah, about those. She ate my crackers. She's going to buy me buy me more before she goes home tonight.
If she ate your crackers, I will make you peanut butter crackers. I will put peanut butter on crackers for you.
Yeah,
I would do that for you.
I got to go out tomorrow
we
anyway.
only have
so-
graham crackers. Make it work.
I got to go out tomorrow anyway because I got to buy more chicken and I got to buy more.
I know. I ate everything. Damn it.
Karina comes home and then everything gets eaten. Laura almost got her wish. Karina almost knocked out the power. She dropped her phone right on the power supply for the studio here.
I lost my phone.
It's right there.
Oh.
It's right on the power supply for the studio that you dropped it on. What are you doing now?
I was rolling over the cable.
Oh.
So I was unrolling over the cable.
Gotcha.
By unrolling over the cable, I mean rolling over the cable again.
Jasmine Laura says that I will be going out next month to get candy. We had this discussion earlier. Jasmine's like, "Oh, I'm so far behind for Halloween. It's fucking the middle of September."
You're late.
No, I'm not late.
August 1st.
August 1st.
Yep.
That's when Christmas season starts.
No.
Anyway.
No, you are wrong.
Look, I'm thinking about Christmas. Y'all can think about Halloween all you want.
Thank you. I'm going to.
Jasmine's like, "Oh, what are you going to be for Halloween?" I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know yet. Oh my God. Does anyone have any ideas what they're going to be? Jasmine, I know you're in the living room. I know you're listening. What are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm like, she told you what she was going to be for Halloween.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying any attention.
pay attention. I'm
But she
sorry.
she told you what
Oh my God. Oh my God. So I saw the cutest Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas dress for sale at Torrid. And that gave me an idea. But I don't think my hair or body physique would allow me to be Sally. She's,
I'm going to be the same thing I am every Halloween, a concert promoter.
Yep.
Come see me at Stamps September 30th and 29th.
Yeah.
You have but
We
that
have
one's yours. The 30th is mine.
Oh, then I'll stop trying to book it.
Well, you've already booked a band for me, and I appreciate that. I really do. I need one more band. I've asked amateur hockey clubs, so I'm hopeful to hear back from them. If I don't, I'll get back to them tomorrow and see what they say.
Yeah.
Also got to call the vet tomorrow, but that's another story entirely. We won't get into that on the air.
I guess we won't get into that.
No. Oh man, I was at the vet the other day, and Jasmine's gonna be a mermaid, and Brotato is gonna be a pirate.
Brotato bun.
Anyway.
I don't see a person when I think of Brody. I see a yellow shaded sandwich.
I was at the vet the other day.
Yes.
And this lady is just fucking miserable.
Oh, this is kind of heartbreaking to me.
Well, she claims that they killed her dog.
I'm sure they didn't kill it. It just died.
She said he was fine when I brought him in here, and 5 hours later he died. Like, well, that's all. You did something, and but before I knew any of this, she's in like, they're coming out. Hey, is everybody taken care of? And that is a good damn question, Laura. How do you walk in a mermaid costume?
She's gonna slither around the floor. She's gonna flop around like a fish. Oh my God, Jasmine. Flop around like a fish.
Anyway, so this lady, she's in there, and anytime anybody would come out, like, is everybody taken care of? I've been waiting here. I was supposed to meet so-and-so at 12:30 and blah, blah, blah. Where are they? They said 12:30. It's way past 12:30. Like, and then anybody who tries to explain to her that this is an animal hospital and that things don't always go on time and that she's just got to wait. Well, why did she tell me 12:30 then? And then, somebody asked her again, and, you killed my dog, and I got to sit here and look at dogs all day? I got people waiting in the car. Like, nobody fucking told you to bring people. What the fuck, lady? You don't got to, and also, where the dogs are, other than, like, coming in and out, is an enclosed area. There's windows. Where I was sitting, I couldn't see the dogs. If the lady was sitting where I was sitting, she wouldn't have seen the fucking dogs and not had to worry about it.
Okay.
Anyway, so finally, whoever she's supposed to meet up with comes over to her, takes her aside, tells her, hey, you need to calm the fuck down, basically.
Yeah.
And talks to her, and she's supposed to be getting a refund for whatever she brought the dog in for. Well, I was supposed to be this much. Well, I'm only refunding you for the dog that died. I'm not refunding you for the other dog that's still perfectly healthy. Well, you're going to hear from my lawyers, blah, 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 and storms out. And I'm just sitting there, and there's like 3 or 4 staff and me. And I'm just like, well, she was pleasant. And they told me, like, she doesn't... It wasn't even their location. It was the different location she had brought the dog to. And just it happened that the person she needed to talk to was at this location today, on that day. So, so they're getting, yelled at by this lady for nothing.
That sucks.
And, you know, like, and the receptionist there, like, you know, everybody went back to the back, and it's just me and the receptionist just sitting there, and we're having a conversation. She's so nice.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so bad for not only her, but like everybody that was in that lobby when all this was happening.
Yeah.
Like, that was just ridiculous. But,
I had a pretty pleasant customer service experience the other day.
good.
It actually was not that pleasant.
Oh.
This girl placed her food order.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like looking at, this is like dinner time. So we got shit going on. This is like my first or second manager shift. So I don't really need any bullshit. Okay. This girl calls like 2 hours later.
Mm-hmm.
When you order food, we say how long it's going to take. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put this in context. It was dinner time. It was busy. They were probably told 30, 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered food hours ago, and nobody has called to tell me that it's done. And this is like a 15-year-old kid who doesn't know how to handle an angry customer that answers the phone. He just hands me the phone. He's like, I'm okay, manager voice. How can I help you? Yeah, nobody called me to tell me that my food was ready. I was like, why would they?
Right?
Well, I placed my order so long ago. I was like, and when you called to place your order, were you not told 35 minutes? Why would we call you?
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm very sorry. Your food is ready. I should have been told sooner.
This isn't fucking Target where you place your order online and they text you when your shit's ready to be picked up. Like, yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's not a pizzeria thing. That is not a takeout thing.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I guess some of the nicer, more upscale, maybe less busy places will call you during like COVID shit so that you can like have a contactless exchange or some shit like that. But you know what? Shit's not like that right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're not fucking locked down.
Right.
Oh, what's kind of cool though? And like, I don't know how I feel about this. Some dude came in and, none of us are wearing masks because why the fuck would we?
Mm-hmm.
It's not, we're working in a fucking 100-something degree kitchen, and there's no restrictions or guidelines that say that we have to. So he cashes out, gets his food, and then he takes a 20 and he's like, it's really cool that you guys aren't wearing masks. And he puts it in the tip jar. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Right?
All I can think is like, thanks. Thank you. You just gave us $20. Yes. And I like run to the back to the other people working. I'm like, you guys.
Like, this is not a political statement why we're not wearing masks. Like we're not on your side, dude. It's just hot in this kitchen and we are all vaccinated.
I don't even know what side he's on that's even apparently a side that has $20 to spare for, some political ideals. Whatever. Thank you, LaSalle.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's one thing to not wear your mask when you're not required to, and I'd imagine most of you are vaccinated.
As far as I know, everybody is vaccinated.
Okay. So
that
why
is the actual guidelines do say that if you're not,
you do not need to wear a mask then.
No.
So, because you're not going to get it from each other if you're all vaccinated. I mean, maybe you could.
You could probably pass on the germs, but you're not likely to get sick.
I mean, you could get a breakthrough case, but your body's still more equipped to fight it off than if you weren't vaccinated. But I mean, it's not like you're in a stadium with tens of thousands of people and nobody's wearing a mask indoors.
There are 3 people in that kitchen, and we're not up in each other's shit.
Yeah,
it's a pretty big kitchen.
Yeah. The moral of today's story: get your fucking shots, idiots. Anyway, and I seen some people oh, this is so stupid that the Bills are making us wear. I'm glad I went to that game Sunday because I'm never going to another game again. And then you got 2 of the fucking Bills oh yeah, if you guys want to go to away games, we'll pay for you to go to away games if you're upset about this.
Wow.
Fuck you, Cole Beasley. Get your fucking shot and put on your goddamn big boy pants. You've had exposure to fucking COVID. How the fuck can you still be I'm not getting vaccinated and neither should you? Fucking moron. Sorry. Was I yelling in your ears?
Yes.
I do that sometimes.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Do you need me to turn down your headphones there?
No, it was just distorting for a minute there.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to all of my unvaccinated friends and family, I still love you.
To all of my unvaccinated friends and family, fuck you. Get your shots. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I am so glad to see venues like Mohawk and Nietzsche's requiring vaccination.
They're not requiring vaccination. They're requiring proof that you don't have COVID. Allison
Either
and I
way.
are going, and she just has to get a test.
Okay. Either way, still, kudos to these venues. Kudos to cities like San Francisco and New York who are requiring vaccinations for every fucking indoor activity.
You guys ready for this? 25. 24,
25 seconds. All right.
23.
So we're gonna end today with some dear friends of ours who just released a new single, a new music video in the past week. Very fantastic video. We've seen a lot of the imagery in that video up close and in person, from going over there to interview them a bunch of times, or other things that we've done with them. This is on the Cinder, and this song is called "At the Close." And we'll see you next week on the ThinkSoJoE show right here on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and all WNY and all those other places. On the Cinder. Here you go.